Hey, and welcome back to my channel. This is Stasiabliss, where we talk about Kundalini awakenings and all things life force management. I'm Stasia. Thank you for being here. I hope that if you like what you see here, you will push the subscribe so you can get my daily videos. I usually record every day, except for maybe one day on the weekend to have a day off or assimilate the information that's coming in. We are sitting in the day of a full moon lunar eclipse, so it was technically around midnight Pacific time, the day that you're watching this, the previous midnight, right? Libra in the Western astrology calendar, Virgo in the Vedic. So let's kind of feel into this energy. The Libra energy is definitely about seventh house stuff, right? Partnerships, relationships. It's also Holi today in India. So because yoga has been my jam, I kind of pay attention to those holidays because they're significant internally too. And we understand that all of these Indian stories have some kind of reference to Kundalini and life force. It is a day to the first full moon of spring. So it's a celebration of a new season, of a rebirthing, of a renewal, which goes along great with this eclipse energy. So it's like renewing our relationships. It's a celebration of the relationship of love between Radha and Krishna. In the story, Radha is the black-skinned one. That's actually a translation of Krishna. And Radha was very fair-skinned. In the Indian culture, it really used to be that the lighter skin, and maybe it still is a little bit, but correct me if I'm wrong if you're in India, the light skin was generally valued as more beautiful in the past. So in the story, it was also saying like those lighter qualities were more valued. So that's also reflecting, hey, do we value lighter qualities, those that tend to be the good things? But in the story, I think it's someone's telling Krishna, it feels like it's his mother in the story, go tell her that you love her. And of course, they're the divine, masculine, feminine counterparts that represent. Radha represents the life force energy, and then coming together with the physicality in divine union. So this is a day of celebration of that. So in ourself too, it is a renewal. It's a Kundalini day. It's a day where the old relationship with self is eclipsed and we are experiencing a new level of ourselves. So if you missed my last night eclipse practice, feel free to do that today. Of course, anything you do during the eclipse time is multiplied by 1,000 in potency, according to the Indian tradition and yogic philosophy. So we did some mantra in that video and some sun salutations and some breathing exercises. But again, like anything you chant, anything you do for centering is like 1,000 times during this eclipse energy, which encompasses both the Sunday, Monday, 24-25 energy, because it's a midnight eclipse. It's raining on both days. So again, also the full moon, the moon is the feminine, and the sun coming to eclipse, that's the masculine, right? So this energy of coming together. In the prenumbral eclipse, the moon isn't fully eclipsed, so that's just partial eclipse. We will have a total solar eclipse in a couple of weeks. So energetically, it's also talking about bringing forth divine feminine, and that just partially what has been is being eclipsed. We're keeping some of that. We are building on that anew in this new cycle where the masculine eclipse, the solar eclipse coming up, is a total eclipse. So there's a total rebirthing of that masculine energy in this eclipse window, which is really beautiful and exciting. So I'm happy to pop on here today, connect with you in this beautiful eclipse, honor this energy in you, see what you notice in your own relationships and in your relationship with yourself as we move forward into new territory. The opportunity to, again, celebrate and be anew. The Holi celebration is where they run around and throw like painted chalk at each other, and like everyone just plays and dusts each other with color. Even those who would be not normally okay to interact. Women can come out of the house or whatever. I'm not saying that's not true in places in India now, but in the older culture. So even when I was there in the earlier 2000s. It's just like a time of playfulness and, you know, being children again. So the playfulness of spring energy is here, especially in the north, but we can bring that in no matter where. I mean, we just got snow today here. So even still honoring the renewal of the spring, the new season is here, and an honoring of that sacred love that is lying at the center of creation when we will merge the inner masculine and feminine qualities together, when we will experience that divine inner conjunction or inner marriage where we're accepting our full nature. And we are doing that in our relationships too. You know, relationships have flaws, like there's not always going to be seeing eye to eye. But again, letting bygones be bygones, coming to a renewal, starting again, giving the opportunity for love to lead the way. This is the day to begin that as we move forward into the celebration of Ostara or Easter, spring celebrations of the return of life. So it's a beautiful time. The Christian resurrection is also celebrated coming up after this. So this is a new opening of that. Ostara in the pagan tradition is an honoring of the earth spirits coming back into full force in the spring, like renewal after having been, you know, in hibernation or in the cave of winter. So again, our essence, ourselves, we are moving out of that inner and into the outer. So celebrate yourself. I had someone post on Facebook today, a dear friend of mine, you know, what's your theme song right now in your life? And I thought that was a really great question. And even kind of looking at what I realized my theme song has been lately. And it's a great question if you were, say, going to, and I sometimes with clients, if they're wanting to complete something in their life, a good way to do that is to imagine creating your own funeral. You're not really dead, but an old part of you is. And so if you were going to create that for yourself, how would you celebrate the you that has been so that you can make way for the you that's coming? You know, it's easy to get hung up on, caught up on, and identifying with old ways of self, but the self is always changing and evolving and growing and moving forward. So to be able to honor the past. So as I shared my theme song as of late, and I listened to it again, I was thinking, yeah, this has been my life. And do I want to keep moving forward with that being my theme song? Or am I open to my theme song changing? So maybe a little cool practice to do today as we tune into moon energies and the emotions and things we feel about our lives and what relationship we'd like to take anew. So have fun with that. If there's any way I can support you in your journey, it's a great time for readings. I use the runes and the I Ching and the tarot, and Cardology is an awesome way to look at your current blueprint. In fact, I am offering a free Cardology workshop this coming Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll put a link to register below again. Yeah, the Kundalini expresses itself in these divinatory devices, and the Cardology is really something special and unique and ancient, brought to us through the Order of the Magi, which is a secret society actually that's been holding this secret for millennia. So if you want to know a little bit about that, peek into that energy, register for that free event. Otherwise, my website and my email are below. If I can answer any questions or be of any service to you, it would be my honor. Otherwise, have a beautiful rest of your eclipse day and week. Namaste. I love you.